Sometimes fate brings people into our lives we never even imagined meeting, and then a small moment turns into the story of a lifetime. And just like that, on an ordinary evening, a beautiful story begins. A quiet evening had fallen, and rain was slowly pouring down. A girl was standing alone at a bus stop. She was silently watching the raindrops fall. She had no idea what fate was about to bring into her life today. Suddenly, a strong wind blew and her book slipped from her hands. Raindrops began soaking its pages. Just then, a boy quickly stepped forward. He picked up the book and returned it to her with a smile. Their eyes met for a few moments, and a strange silence filled the air. The girl said, "Thank you," and smiled softly. The rain seemed to make that moment even more beautiful. They both stood quietly watching the rain, as if time had paused for a while. Slowly, their conversation began, and the feeling of being strangers started to fade. Just then, the lights of a bus appeared in the distance. Their short meeting was about to end. As the girl got on the bus, she turned back and gave him a quiet smile. The boy stood there watching the bus leave. Yet there was a strange happiness in his heart. The next day, the sunlight awoke the city, and life began to write a new story. Suddenly, they met again in the park. Perhaps it was not just a coincidence. This time, they both smiled openly, as if they had known each other for a long time. They sat on a park bench and started talking. Time began to pass very quickly. Then their meetings became more frequent, and laughter became a part of their lives. They wandered together through the city streets, and every moment started becoming a memory. Walking along the riverside, the breeze grew gentle, and silent feelings began to grow in their hearts. One evening, they sat on a hill watching the sunset. The sky was filled with golden colors. There was a quiet feeling in that moment, as if love was slowly being born. When night came, the fireflies lit up the field, as if the stars had come down to the earth. The girl watched the fireflies in amazement. The scene was nothing less than magical. The boy knelt down on one knee, and he spoke the words from his heart. Tears of happiness filled the girl's eyes. She smiled and said yes, and it felt as if the world had paused. In the glow of the fireflies, they stood holding hands. Love had finally reached its destination, and just like that, a rainy meeting turned into a beautiful story, a story that would always be remembered.